And now we get to the reboot era of total drama. The reboot era. And this is why I'm talking about like both of them since they're telling like kind of together. So let's give my thoughts on like both of the reboot seasons. Honestly, season one of Total Drama is great. It's fantastic. Like it brought back one main Total Drama so great in the first place, and you can say that had been like starting for good Total Drama. It's so refreshing seeing actually Total Drama actually being thought with care and enjoyment. It felt so good with an actual good new cast. Obviously, some that are better than others, obviously, but I'm gonna go actually Annie's play as possible to make a least favorite Total Drama. I mean, I never thought about what my least favorites and favorites are, honestly, but it's still mostly a fairly, especially for like one episode, it's actually a mostly consistent season with some great humor, great character moments, and some actually really interesting storylines. And I would say most of the same season 2 as well, which is a bit of a downgrade, honestly, though it still has good moments. So yeah, let's talk about finally the reboot era of Total Drama. Okay, I'm sad that the first season we actually kicked off the season with a bang with Meet the Victim, which it might be the baby in the best, which might be the baby in the best premiere episode in all Total Drama. Again, like I said, the premieres have never been that bad, honestly. Like, even the worst seasons, premieres are always like one of the better episodes of those seasons. As we get actually a new cast, obviously, we're basically introduced to all the cast, where we get cast of a lot of storylines. We introduced to Millie, who's kind of the book smart character, who's going on Total Drama to write down the worst of humanity. I mean, in a way, she's not wrong, honestly, but yeah, not good. And we also get like Priya, who basically is like, her parents are like huge Total Drama fans, and portraying her life case to end up being a reboot, which is interesting. Then we get Bowie, basically like the gay contestant, which definitely that's not whole his personality, which they usually could have done, honestly, which thankfully they don't. Julia, who was the influencer and everything, and they take an interesting with her character, which I'm not gonna spoil now. We'll get into. We get the Z, like the chill, good vibes guy. Then we got the Ripper, who basically his only personality trait is that he farts. Then we got the Hockey Bros, Wayne and Raj, which is kind of weird they actually betrayed Wayne and Raj as basically like dicks in the beginning, but in reality, they actually ended up being like very sweet and nice. Then we get Axel, who basically looks like the female version of Sean from Ponter Island. Caleb, another like smoking hot player. Michelle, who basically is like a celebrity actress. Lauren, or Scary Girl, which again that's kind of name. She's scary. Damien, who ends up playing that contestant that actually has never watched or heard Total Drama, and then basically ends up reacting to a lot of the crazy shit they end up doing this season. Like, but again, Unspoiled Damien is one of my favorites. MK, who basically is like the outrageous character who ends up sneaking in and hacking through a lot of stuff, which again, these was pretty latest moment to make it really stand out. And then in the last though we have Chase, who basically is like the prank YouTube dickhead sensation, and his ex-girlfriend Emma, who they end up bringing up, which he was like, why do we break up? Like, what happened? And I was like, you broke the brakes off my car. And she was like, you're still upset about that? Which honestly has become like a big back and forth story, which is probably one of the only mildly frustrating things about this season, but we'll get there when we get there. But yeah, the first episode does a great job introducing us to these characters and what you can expect. Also, it's kind of weird that the new voice of Crispin Klein ends up being the same host, same voice from Dawn from Darkness Race. Not sure why they actually like a news voice actress or something, but and while it definitely took a bit to get used to, I actually didn't mind actually. And while the town feel probably a little more simple this time around, they ended up doing a great job with creating a lot of personality, a lot of characters, and yeah, it's always like seeing Damon react to certain things, like, oh, well, how can you show me on TV? Like, what? Also, the voice acting, everybody, this also might be some of the best voice acting in all Total Drama as well. And challenge base is just very simple, and get some fun back and forth with all the characters. Get started with the whole like, Bowie and Emma friendship as becoming a prominent throughout the season. the teams them becoming frogs of death and the ferocious drought. And then the frogs getting eliminated, and you're not sure who's getting eliminated actually, and then it's hilarious moment where basically we see Raj and accidentally vote for each other, which kind of starts the whole like they'll be kind of idiotic top characters, which could be hilarious, it could be like, well, really? But again, we'll get there when we get there. And then it's with Caleb out of nowhere be eliminated, who obviously ends up becoming like a nothing character because he only has like a few lines, but obviously he stands up better with next season. And then Bowie out off screen and to everybody to get rid of Caleb being a big threat. But overall, aside for that, Meet the Victims is probably a fantastic episode that just from this episode alone made me fall back in love with total drama. Look. And next episode we have Pirates of the Cabbage. The Cabbage Inn. Which continues on with the storylines of the previous episodes. Continues on with the story, the rivalry between Axel and Ripper, which is kind of a prominent thing in the last episode and this episode as well. Well, again, the Joker basically ends trying to do a record with the longest fart, which is pretty interesting. One seatbelt, two seatbelt, three. Of course, Darren's reactions to everything is honestly pretty hilarious and kind of charming, which I'm pretty sure everyone will have, honestly. John does being a pretty fun one, get some hilarious Emma and Chase moments with Emma. And then also finding that Z as a prosthetic leg, which, like, I'm gonna be, like, actually shocked at that moment, like, oh, okay. Also getting some fun Christian chef moments as well. Also, I do like they actually do have, like, actually walking to the campfire ceremony, kind of like similar to Survivor. I also like that they actually have Chef actually like pointing out to everybody like, what they've done wrong in this episode. Which is like who's like popping on the chopping block, which again is pretty hilarious. And then it's back to Reboot. So I probably will put this episode above the last, but it's still not a pretty good episode. And next up we have Downtown Abbey, which kind of until we get that Michelle will have a little bit of downfall, where it turns out she has to do her own stunts, and she doesn't actually do a lot of things that she has done in her movies, which obviously is kind of like a normal thing for a lot of actresses, but it's kind of funny to see the surprises of like, what? And again, Damien being like so shocked about like him challenges and actually wants to leave and actually tries to get himself voted off, but it doesn't work. It's fun Julie moments, the fun Bowie moments, the fun Brian Raj moments, the fun MK moments. MK is also a pretty hilarious character as well. Against getting a big sand girl, like this season overall is just consistently hilarious. And also kind of starts the whole Priya relationship, where then Priya was like, oh wait, Priya's parents are terrible. And no surprise, and Michelle didn't be so again. But it's about the last one. Also, again, still not a good one. Then we get to Numbskull Island, which ends up being another good episode. So I gotta probably bring about the last one, honestly. Yeah, it still has a pretty good episode. Again, she's on with her Ripper kind of being a jerk, even using Priya as a human shield. Which, yeah. And then the Scary Girl has some Scary Girl moments. Again, Damien still trying to get himself out, even actually voting for himself. Trying to get himself voted out, so, yeah. Otherwise, you get some pretty hilarious moments, some nice back and forth with a lot of characters, especially with Julie and everything, and Scary Girl gets the boots. And Millie ends up voting out, and Millie's the one that ends up voting out, which he ends up being shot by. And probably, him, Ripper using her as a human shield. So yeah, another solid episode. Yeah, Jurassic Farts, I'm not gonna lie, this episode's not good. Honestly, it's probably the only like not good episode of the entire season, honestly. Like maybe the other one episode, but yeah, this episode's not a good one, honestly. Like even I give the night honestly. But that's way more. But honestly, that's just one because of the humor of this episode. I think it had some good months after that, but Damien being Damien, stuff, and of course his eventual elimination, where he actually wants to stay, but he actually ends up getting his wish. He actually didn't end up winning the wish at the time. What interesting is the episode is really the humor. As well, Total Drama has been known for having like fart humor. A challenge is now everyone like trying to hold back farts, and then that's kind of the whole joke of the episode. It's one of those things where it's just the same joke over and over and over and over again. And yeah, Total Drama is known for having fart humor, like that's kind of their brand, honestly. But I think they go a bit overboard here, honestly, and it's just an episode that doesn't really have much else to do with the story of the characters in general, so it's kind of a lackluster, not funny episode. Yeah, I don't know, I mean, if it end up being one of the worst Total Drama episodes, like, we'll see when we get the actual ranking, but it's definitely going to the bottom of the list. Tastes like the next episode, the launch by Nostam, ends up being a good episode. And it has some great moments with the characters, especially with Priya and Millie throughout, again. And also, last episode, like I mentioned, really starts the whole, like, Julia basically being, like, turns out she's a terrible person, and actually is an asshole, which definitely was a weird transition, not even I was surprised by, but they actually ended up making it work, actually. And honestly, this kind of is known for being, and this is also kind of known for a lot of influencers to actually be doing honestly, so it's actually kind of a known thing, actually. So they really hammer into that, actually, very well, actually. That makes Julie even more of a fun character, honestly, even more of a great presence throughout. Which has great moments. They look back for MK and also kind of starts a rival for Bowie, which is kind of promised storyline throughout this season, which actually is one of the more fun rivals of the show. And then you go back and forth, and then you also get anything else to get like MK actually, and he ends up, and despite the well, so Reboot, MK ends up getting put out to realize that MK end up downloading all that stuff, and then saw all the pooping, which leads to her boots, which ends up kind of be pretty hilarious when you think about it. And you know, MK. Oh, and you also get the sweet moment of Bowie and Raj end up kissing. And after a gay kiss, he told John that they didn't like blog out. And when you also see Way like being so happy for them is just like, so yeah, another good episode. I'd probably put it above like the first episode and the second episode, which are still my top two favorites of the season. So I'll probably put it in the middle of that list. And we continue with a good episode with severe anger pain. I mean, it's an episode in reality I don't have too much to say about. It kind of tells some storyline where we see Emma and Chase briefly get back together when Emma takes Chase to apologize for what happened, which is a weird thing that happened. You can see Wade actually trying to tell her she's proud of him, and then seeing like Wade actually be happy for her. It's actually kind of a sweet thing to see, actually. Get some sweet moments between them, and also Roger Bowie and Julia's storyline and the rivalry between them. And again, I also kind of started the last few episodes where Priya ends up being kind of upset at Millie, where Millie ends up kind of taking her immunity unintentionally. Obviously, do understand Priya's frustration, but yeah, this doesn't make Priya look the best life. And we'll get to them in later episodes, and it ends up with Roger and Wade end up being medically evacuated because of injuries. Again, I love Roger Wayne, honestly. They're some of the most hilarious, charming characters out there, so still a good episode. I probably put it up. I'll say I probably put it in the middle list. And then we get to the Wheel of Vomit, which is definitely an episode that I said was close to also being not a good episode. It does have elements that do save it. Of course, the fact that they have is an episode that also teaches a lot of the humor that Total Drama known for, the vomiting, which is kind of a known joke that has a lot of Total Drama. Like, I mean, how they made an whole episode while not Total Drama Island. The difference here is that it's rainbow vomit. It's rainbow vomit. Biggest fun back and forth between like Emma and Chase for the episode. So characters I do save it. Again, C is also a great character and just so chill and hilarious. Julia has great moments. Again, Billy and Priya have good moments, and Priya actually voted for Millie to actually scare her a little, and think she might unintentionally vote her out, but thankfully Brooke finally gets the boot here. So yeah, I probably put it above Jurassic Park, honestly. You know, it's like I still say it's like decent to okay, honestly. That might be in the lowest ranking Total Drama episodes. But, you know, I wouldn't say it's all that bad. So if you didn't like this episode, I wouldn't blame you. Then we get to Battlefield Earth, which obviously has a pair called Battlefield. And the episode's one I also don't have too much to say about. It continues on with the Bowie and Julia rivalry, gets some back for all the characters. You got basically two sides of basically, you know, Priya, Millie, and Julia, and then also Bowie, Emma, and Chase, and they basically try to get Z to basically go between them, honestly, and you never know which side's gonna pick. And then Z basically gets himself voted out by basically meaning that he wants to pull out one big alliance and vote out Chris, like, which has both like Chris permission to re-vote, which, well, it could be a little unfair, honestly. Consider what happens, like, can you blame them? So yeah, still has some fun moments, and that episode I don't have too much to say about, but it's still not a pretty good episode. I probably put it above Severe Exit Pain and Parts of the Cabin Niche. And then we get to the truth, the full truth, and not about the truth. And let's have a couple of first frames, but in the end, this is, my opinion, the best, as right now, the best episode of the season. And I'd actually be pretty happy with my overall ranking, honestly, because it's just a consistently hilarious episode. Where we see Chase end up being like an asshole and not realize that he is an asshole, and him trying to get Emma back. Like, you haven't done that self-thing, like, and Chase trying to admit something he thinks so selfless. But in reality, you kind of asshole how him making a star chase his girlfriend until saying, "Son, raised that boy all wrong." And then they get a combination of back and forth between like me and Priya for the last few episodes. Where Priya is still dehydrated, trying to ask Millie about her journal and what she's been writing and that stuff, and why she's not told John in the first place. And then ends when actually Millie decided to cancel her book at the end on to see how much she loves Priya as her first true friend. Which of course is a big thing. Obviously, that's when Bowie ends up flying the challenge to get like MK's phone and everything, which become prominent in a later episode. And come on, they get Chase and then like dropping up every time Emma for pizza, and then Emma thinks it's like he's doing it for her honestly, but isn't at least a Chase getting the boots, honestly, and Emma kind of, which again is kind of frustrating, but kind of hilarious once you really think about it. Especially when he was chasing Ashley up there, he didn't hit, and he was like, "I got Emma back. I don't know how, but hey, girls, am I right?" Like, it's just hilarious throughout. So yeah, top of the list. And we get to another good episode in Torius Memoirs, which honestly is a combination of the whole like, Bowie and Emma friendship from the early of the season. As because Emma's upset that Bowie might have put out Chase actually, because she's still enamored by him. And then over bits of that Bowie tries, like, "Yeah, Bowie, can't fetch it, don't blow it." And it's like, "Fine, I did it." And the stuff that he says is just pretty hilarious. He starts to lose all respect for it, and he's like, "Nailed it." That moment's hilarious. Again, don't much about episodes. I don't know, honestly. Again, Julia being Julia, Priya and Millie being Priya and Millie, and then an incident happens that basically led to Emma actually getting the boots, which, of course, but again, another pretty good episode. I'll put it above Battlefield Earth. And then we get to episode 12. Saved by the Bell, which is, I'm going to say this is the best episode of the season. Probably one of my favorite total drama episodes ever. Because it's really a combination of what goes on. Again, I realize this episode focuses a little more on strategy than mostly any total drama season. But I like that, honestly. Seeing Bowie actually team up with Priya and Millie trying to get rid of Julia. And see him trying to put both sides actually pretty fun to witness. Get some great moments between all the characters themselves. Getting Priya actually winning her first challenge. And then basically Julia getting blindsided. And Ingrid's like, "Julia?" And Joe's like, "Yeah," and Bo's like, "Me." And the episode ends with basically Bowie kind of basically giving something to Priya, or that's in disguise, and then basically find out reading in his notebook, and I realized all the terrible things she read about her and her family. I was like, "Is that my notebook?" Yes. And then Priya being upset, which honestly I don't think it'll be so actually. And Bo's like, "Did I do that?" "Yes, I did." So yeah, consistently throughout basically everything you want in a total drama episode. So yeah, definitely top of the season. And now we get to finally Magma Colade, which, aside from a couple of rushed elements, it ends up being another great finale episode. And the thing about this is about the first finale in total drama, they don't have an alternate ending. Yeah, they don't have an alternate ending in this episode. Which is the first time I ever told Gemma they don't see like, what happens if the other person ends up winning. They don't have like they actually have the definitive winner actually. And really, Jennifer most of the season, because obviously season 2 they kind of hint that Owen actually won total drama island, so yeah, they don't really have not keeping them down anymore. Honestly, but I don't mind it honestly. But yeah, I keep on with what happens in the last episode, where basically Priya Semester and Millie, and then Julie ends up getting Bo as a partner, and then Bo ends up getting Joe as a partner, and then we get some pretty hilarious moments, and then it's a back and forth between Damien be Damien, and then maybe having some great moments with Priya. I kind of wish they ended up getting guys romance, honestly, as a couple. I don't know, that's just me, honestly. And then the episode find out that Bowie also pulled the last page of the book after Millie gets eliminated. And then Priya ends up asking anyway, and then gets some pretty touching moments. While it does kind of be a rush that Priya gets so pretty easily after all that, it's still a pretty touching scene. And again, a pretty fun challenge for Priya ends up winning the season. And then finally, we're going to get a rematch next season. So yeah, overall, pretty good finale. Honestly, season 1 Reboot, aside from one episode dressed for it, it's probably one of the best seasons of total drama ever. Like, it brought back the love that people had with total drama. As they kind of remember that, hey, we shouldn't focus on this and that. We actually focus on, making a good season and focus on you know, most of our characters and have good storylines that aren't frustrating. It can have some frustrating moments here and there, but you know, that's just normal for these type of shows, so you know, they're not like the most frustrating stuff out there, like the whole Chase of Emma's storyline. But yeah, aside from the Jurassic Park episode, every episode I would say I really enjoy and I really enjoy coming back to. Great character moments, great interactions, just a nice, different, unique feel, and kind of forgot, I kind of remembered what made Total Drama so great. Also, also Chris McClane, actually, it feels like it's more season one self. It still took a bit getting used to his voice acting being Don from Darkness Race, but I'm gonna hang with it. You also got Chef having his best moments in general as well. You know, Chris actually being, you know, kind of more to what he was in his season one self. And the cast, for the most part, does stand up pretty well, honestly. Some do end up not being so great in season 2, which we'll get into, but as a whole, I'm happy that we get at least a good reboot season. And I'm still not, and like I said, I do enjoy season 2, actually. Even though I do think it's kind of a little bit downgraded, it does have some really frustrating moments. But we'll get there when we get there.